powers for Parliament, especially over security matters. He said he would consult on a new Bill of Rights and Duties that could pave the way to a written constitution. Our political correspondent Cathy Newman reports.
Accused of losing his way, Gordon Brown today put his best foot forward to prove his critics wrong. A big speech on a big subject, liberty. And after weeks in which he's been criticised for a lack of vision, he drew inspiration from giants of literature and philosophy like Milton and Locke to write what he said was a new chapter in Britain's constitutional history.
Now, I think, is the time to reaffirm our distinctive British story, to show it is as rich, powerful and as relevant as ever to the life of the nation, to apply its lessons to the new tests of our time. So instead of invoking the unique nature of the threat faced today as a reason for relinquishing our historical attachment to liberty, we meet these tests not by abandoning principles of liberty, but by giving them new life.
In what sounded at times like a history lesson, the Prime Minister quoted extensively from philosophers, politicians and writers to extol a British tradition of liberty dating back to the time of Magna Carta. And he promised a fresh constitutional settlement for a new generation. Gordon Brown says he'll force freedom of expression by considering whether freedom of information laws should be extended to all parties. And he said historical records in the National Archives could be released before the standard 30 years lapsed.
Freedom, the right to know, access to official information. It's all about cultural change. It struck a chord with the public, and now we've really got to get all government departments responding very positively to the demands of freedom of information. And pledged to reinforce the freedom with a review of the powers police have to enter people's homes and new guidance on the way the 2000 Terrorism Act is implemented. When veteran Labour activist Walter Wolfgang heckled the Foreign Secretary at his party's annual conference 2 years ago, the police used Section 44 of the Terrorism Act to eject him. But the Prime Minister wants to inflict trust the way these are used. Gordon Brown ordered Parliament to have more power. These will have a vote on sending British a role in the appointment of senior judges, and he hinted at further devolution to the people.
My first months as Prime Minister, we are concerned other areas where I believe executive and should surrender or limit their powers in the interest of liberty, re-examining patriots arbitrary, at all times seeking to bring the executive under greater democratic control.
Gordon Brown published 3 consultation papers today, and there'll be another short British rights.
Well, we already have a Bill of Rights, and here it is. It's more than 300 years old, and it's housed in the Parliamentary Archives. So how would a 21st century version differ? Well, despite first raising this idea back in July, Gordon Brown offered few new details today. In fact, we're rather clearer about what would be excluded from the new bill than included.
It wouldn't, ministers said tonight, include new economic or social rights, however pave the way for a new written constitution, and that the government would be put to the people in a referendum. But how does giving away power sit in the character of Brown, the control freak?
Locking people up for 56, charging them on crashing the Human Rights Act. Policies, if pursued, will not sit well with this speech.
The government described today's proposals as a cornucopia of consultation,